Forget about it, okay? My name is Nick Vertucci, okay? I am...
I'm a mover, I'm a shaker, baby, get a load of me. I'm a fire, I'm a blazer, I can't wait for you to see. Call you waiter, I'm your flavor, I'm a different kind of breed. I've been on my best behavior, it ain't nothing stopping me. Can't stop me now.
7 a.m. That's all I really need to say. 7 a.m. Another early morning session at the Bellagio. And let me tell you this. Early morning poker is just different. Not better, not worse, just different. It's a mishmash of OMCs and drunk leftovers, some regs, and some tourists checking out of their hotels. I used to think it was much worse in the mornings. Now, I'm not so sure. And this one, a player has limped in for $10 from under the gun, and I raise from the button with King of Hearts, 10 of Diamonds, and the big blind, an obvious rec player, and the under the gun player both call. I catch a flop that's not too good for me in 3-5-7 with 2 hearts, but before I can even blink, the big blind has donked out into both of us for $110. What? Like I said, the games are just different. Unfortunately, I didn't record the pre-flop action in this next hand, but you haven't missed much. I opened from the under the gun spot to $30 and have gotten called by both the under the gun 2 player and the small blind. Oh, I have pocket queens. Did I mention that? On a flop of 5-9-6 with 2 clubs, the small blind checks. I check and the under the gun 2 player bets $40. The small blind calls, and I decide not to check raise versus 2 others on this board. I just call. The turn deuce of diamonds is also checked by the small blind and myself because one of my favorite things to do is to let my opponents get there on the river. The under the gun 2 player checks as well. The river 7 of spades is my dream because hopefully it allows one of these 2 to make a straight, so then I can lose and pay them off. The small blind bets $60, I call, and the under the gun 2 player behind me also calls. Will I get my wish? You're damn right. In fact, I get blessed doubly as both of them make straights on the river. Lucky me. Now that I've gotten punched in the mouth a little, I can play poker. The hijack opens to $30 and I call from the cutoff with pocket 6s. The last caller is the button. 3 ways to a flop, we see 6, 8, 9 in the hijack opener checks. No chance I'm checking this one back, so I bet $30. The button then finds a raise. Kinda. He makes it $80, so technically a smidge more than a clickback, but before I can pounce on this, the hijack has now cold called the $80. What in the world is this nonsense? I tank on this one. Should I just shove this down both their throats? Or play it slower and... what's the saying? Walk down and make love to a cow or something? I call the extra $50. Assuming I'm ahead, I really want to fade a turn 5 of clubs.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
The hijack checks, I can't check fast enough, and the button does too. Can we pair the board one time? River, 9 of spades. The hijack checks, and I bet $160 and get quickly called by the button. The hijack slowly folds. I table my full house, and the button tables trip 9s. The hijack's jack 10 suited didn't get there.
Did you see the Venetians opening a new room? They're opening a gigantic room. Yeah.
Supposed to be the biggest one.
Yeah. Biggest in Vegas. Yeah.
They had a great poker room, right?
It's fantastic. They chopped it in half and then they.
And now you're going to make it.
Right.
It's like, don't you think you're going to make it the biggest? You shouldn't have made it the
Right. It had a perfect location. It was right there by the doors. It was like.
Only about an hour or so into this game, but I have a much better feeling of what players are doing. In other words, I can smell some of their bullshit. I open ace-jack offsuit from the button and get called by both blinds. Versus 2, I check back the queen-9 queen with 2 diamonds board when they check it to me. The 5 of hearts turn gets checked through as well. Then the 7 of clubs falls on the river and the small blind bets $40. The big blind folds. What is this? He could be betting a 9, I guess, but I don't believe it. My hand is still pretty decent. I call. He says ace high and shows ace 8 offsuit. After this hand, I immediately get tapped to move from this must move to a main game. Arriving at the must move, I get seated in one of the god-awful middle seats. Luckily for me, and I guess for you, I wasn't in the seat very long at all. Just long enough to open and call a 3-bet with pocket 6s pre-flop, miss the flop, and fold. Hark! This hand unfolds with a wager of 20 gold coins from the cutoff, and mine eyes glimpse upon 2 kings, one clad in scarlet hue, and the other in somber black. From the lowliest of blinds, I raise mine stake to 140 coins, and the cutoff doth answer the call. Upon the most auspicious Queen 3-7 rainbow tableau, I press forth with a wager of 100 coined, yet she, undeterred, remains in the dance. The turn reveals a 3, seemingly innocent in its countenance. I pray the noble cutoff holds a queen she dare not part with. In a bold move, I cast 240 coins into the cauldron. But lo, with that, the curtains fall upon this hand. The cards in union are amassed, and the ensuing hand unfurls. Mine eyes descend upon regal visages, a sovereign of noble rank, and... What are you doing? I deemed, forsooth, as this hand too bears the mark of royalty, that I may persist? You deemed wrong. Get the hell out of here. Fare thee well, then. The hijack limps, and as you now know, I have king-queen offsuit. I raise to $40 from the button, and both the small blind and hijack call. 3 ways. Jack of spades, 6 of spades, 4 of diamonds. The small blind checks.
All in.
And the cutoff rips, all in for $700. By the heavens above, dost thou witness the spectacle that unfolds before thine eyes? Oh, sweet deity. We, fold.
All up in your face, this is what you wanted. Never doubt the king, bitch, you know I run it. Heard you on my spot, you'll get nothing from it. Better watch your step.
180.
Because I run things out here, taking it over. If you not from round here, get out the way. It's time I shut you down. Yeah, show you who's boss and run you down until you can't no more. Cause we gon' fight. Yeah, we gonna fight. I'm taking out your lights. I just do it out of spite. We gon' fight. We gon' fight. Yeah, we gon' fight.
For a couple hours during the session, I seemed to get mixed up in a lot of hands with the one seat. She was playing some lines in unorthodox ways, bluffing a lot and shoving all in at a moment's notice. With action folded to her, she opens from the small blind at $30. Holding ace-10 of clubs in the big blind, I call. 10 of spades, deuce of clubs, 8 of hearts. When she checks, I take the lead with a $40 bet, holding top pair, top kicker. She calls. The turn 7 of spades gets checked through. The queen of clubs appears on the river, and now she leads for $90. I call, and she shows me queen of spades, jack of clubs. Nice hand. She got me. I missed the bet on the turn.
I'm taking out your lights. I just do it out of spite. We gon' fight. We gon' fight. Yeah, we gon' fight. Better bring your A game, cause I'm coming for you like we gon' fight. Fight, fight, we gon' fight. Fight, fight.
The documentary they made, what was it? It was Burke was in it. Pretty well.
Shit, what the fuck was that called? Dreamers.
Options?
Dreamers. That's what I was looking
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
What was that called?
Yeah.
Dreamers.
Yeah. Do you know Burke well?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was one of the reasons I ended up moving out here. One of the friends that I knew
Oh.
that could help me like get acquainted with the city and find a place and blah 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 blah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a really good dude.
Yeah.
Another orbit or so later, we get into another one. Here she limps under the gun, and I make it $50 from the under the gun 2 spot with pocket 9s because I think she's calling 2 wide preflop. She calls. 3 deuce deuce with 2 hearts. She checks and I continue for $40. And she calls. When the turn 8 of spades appears, she now leads for $110. Like I said, unorthodox. I call. I'm not a fan of the jack of clubs river, but she checks. I check it back, and she shows ace-3 offsuit. I win this one. The 2 seat opens minutes later, and I slide over a seat. Under the gun opens to 30, the low jack calls 30, and I look down at... What's my name? I raise to 130 from the button. The small blind cold calls because the thought of folding 8s, 9s, or 10s feels bad to them, and the under the gun opener comes along as well. We might play a big one here. Let's catch a good flop. Queen 3-4. Heart, heart, heart. This is not what I hoped for. What follows the flop is a round of checking. Turn 9 of clubs. Another round of checking. When the river deuce of clubs falls and both players check again, I contemplate a bet, but quickly surmise that I'm mostly being called by a queen at this point, and I check. Under the gun shows pocket 7s, small blind shows pocket 8s, and I take this one down. During this period of the session, there were some pretty big pots, kind of out of nowhere. I open king queen offsuit from under the gun to $20 and the hijack raises to $50. This raise gets called by the big blind. I flick in the additional $30 because of the strange raise size, and 3 of us see a flop. 7-8-3 with 2 hearts. The big blind checks, and with nothing going on for me here, I check too. The hijack now bets $240. Okay. I'm done with this hand, but before I can fold, the big blind has to act. And he does. He check raises to $1,100. Now that's a check raise. I'm out. The hijack thinks about this for a bit, and she calls. From the sidelines, but still very interested in this outcome, I see both players check when the deuce of clubs hits the turn. Then I see them both check again when the 8 of clubs falls on the river.
I miss my flush.
Okay, here's the update for today's Friday session. I'm a nit. I'm playing like a nit. I'm picking up hands and playing the hands nits would play. And probably one of the 2 bigger hands that I played today, I did get recorded. So if you're watching this and you're like, man, he's playing nitty, it's because I am playing nitty. In fact, I haven't even had any hands to not play nitty with. I've had aces, which you didn't see. I've had kings, which you might have seen. I've had queens, and I've had jacks. I know you didn't see the queens either. So that's it. That's the update. I'm up, but it's a nitty up. Sometimes it's just how it is.
Under the gun limp, the hijack raises to $40. I flat from the small blind with ace queen offsuit. The big blind comes along, and the under the gun player limp calls the $40. 4 of us. Queen of spades, 8 of spades, 9 of clubs. So I'm holding top pair out of position to 3 other people on a really dynamic board in a multi-way pot. Not fun. Caution is advised. I check, as does the big blind. The limp calling under the gun player now bets $80 in front of the pre-flop raiser. Having none of that, the pre-flop raising hijack re-raises to $250. My top pair is shrinking fast. I fold. The big blind now back re-raises to $650. I'm glad I folded. The under the gun player folds, and although my footage cuts off, I can tell you that the hijack folds as well.
One's gonna make it.
Probably been a pretty boring.
I know.
What?
I said that hand's gonna make it. Make the cut.
Yeah, that hand.
I said it's probably been a pretty boring session. So
It has been very boring. That hand will definitely make it.
In one of the last real hands I played this session, I opened a $30 from the hijack holding 10-7 of diamonds in the big blind calls. On ace of clubs, 9 of clubs, queen of hearts, he checks and I continue for $40. He calls. The turn king of clubs sees him check again. I check it back. When the river 8 of spades shows up on the river, he looks down, studying his chips, and begins reaching to bet. I quickly muck my hand. He doesn't see this. The hand is now over. The dealer begins gathering the cards. He doesn't notice that either. He bets $140 and I snap push $1,500 into the middle. His confusion, priceless.
What's that? How much is that?
No, you like his hand.
He folded her. I went to the left of that. Guys, never gets old.
What's that?
Never gets old.
Yeah, I know. You're going to win this one. This is yours.
I'm gonna win.
This one you're definitely going to win, 100%. 100%. So much so that if you enter this pot, I'm going to fold blind. That's how much I know you're going to win this hand. You're a wimp. You're just a wimp. That's all it is.
What he was trying to do was induce me light. He was just gonna take two.
I didn't know what I had.
And he's gonna take 2 cards and 4-bet me. I had a king as well.
I was folding blind. You know, all you have to do is show a little heart. That's it. Just show a little.
I don't have it. They beat it out of me.
What happened to you? You know.
Hey, you're a man that opens to 25. You like your equity.
You know what? The next hand you enter, I'll fold blind. The next, whenever that is, I'm folding. Because I have faith in you. You know. I know you'll most likely be out of position, and you're just like going to try to make my life hell, and I don't want to deal with that. So you enter, I fold.
Just follow my lead. Alright. Take it up and
So this session is over. Very quickly, I will tell you, I was up $864, which kind of felt boring. Kind of felt like a boring session. I don't know. Maybe when I look back at it, it won't be boring, but we'll see. Played in the game for about 6 hours, but now I have to get out of here. I got to go home. I got to get some things done. We're meeting some friends tonight for dinner, so who knows if the vlog is over, but that session's over.
About it, okay? My name is Nick Vertucci, okay? I am Nick Vertucci, and I'm gonna say it like this, okay? Before I say it, I gotta let you know a few things.
All right, so I told you I would be back to wrap up the vlog. This is the vlog wrap up. Like always, if you like the vlog, comment, subscribe, and do all the things, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.